Have you been going to the same barber, the same hairstylist for 15, 20 years, and you finally want to change your hairstyle, but you've actually wanted this for a long time, but your barber just simply cannot understand that you want to change your hair, or you don't know what to say to him? Well, this video is finally going to help you when it comes to what to ask your barber, what to say to your barber when you want to change your hairstyle. So let's just say you've got a traditional hairstyle like this. You've had this for 15, 20 years. You got really, really great hair, and yes, it probably looks good. But here's the thing. If you want to change up your hairstyle, it's probably because of a number of things. One, you've had this for 25, 30 years. You know, this hard part is not moving anywhere. It's the same thing. People have told you, oh, maybe you should change your hairstyle, or you're getting bored of it. You feel like it's maybe a little too conservative. All of these things are running through your head, and they're probably good reasons. But if you want to change your hairstyle, the first thing you need to do before you even go to the barbershop or the hair salon is play around with your hair in the mirror, in the bathroom, okay? And what that's going to show you and let you realize is that you can actually shape your hair in a variety of different ways. So let's just say that you've had the same hairstyle like this for a long time. What you can do, and maybe it's very flat, what you can do is possibly just say, okay, I'm gonna try to style my hair with a bit more volume, a bit more lift like this. What is that doing to my face? Just literally lift your hair up and create a style just with your hands and shape it. I'm just using my hand to hold it in place and to shape it. Let's just say, oh, okay, it's making me look very, very flat. But wait, when I give it volume, wow, it elongates my face. Like I've got more of a rounded face shape. I need that and that height and that length. Well, look what this is doing to my face. It's actually giving me better balance to my facial structure. So maybe if I just created some lift right here, instead of wearing it so flat, maybe you don't necessarily need a new haircut, just a different way of styling your hair with utilizing products and blow dryers and brushes and just learning how to style your hair can really be beneficial. Now, when it comes to actually saying, okay, you know what, I really do want to change my hairstyle up, just shake your hair around, maybe bring it all forward, you know, just change it up a bit and just see what your hair looks like. That it's not the same style. Just see what it looks like with your hair different, right? And that's just gonna give you a good indication of like, okay, my hair is easy to kind of work around. It's very pliable. I'm able to shape it. Okay, fine, that's cool. So the big day comes. You're going in to get your haircut. You're sitting down, you're with your stylist, you're with your barber, and you say to them, look, I'm gonna throw something at you, but I wanna completely change my hairstyle. Now, one of two things is going to happen. The hair professional is going to have a panic attack and probably run into the back room, or, which is what you want them to say is, okay, that's great, what are you thinking? What do you want to do? You want some suggestions? You know, all that kind of stuff is something that is really, really crucial because you want them at this stage of the appointment is to take control of their confidence, take control of the style, because the last thing you want is them to say, okay, what do you want? And then they put it all on you. Now, that's okay to say because that gives them an indication. So that's when you start showing photographs or, oh, I want my hair more like this, or I've had this side part for 25 years. I want to lose the side part. I want something a bit more, I don't know, something new, something different. What do you think? It's totally cool to just share with them what you're looking for. And that's where going on the internet, downloading photos, you know, on your phone and showing reference photos of what you like. Let's just say you picked 10 hairstyles that are like half the length of this and all spiked up in the front and really short on the sides. Okay, well, clearly you want a shorter hairstyle. But if you show them the same thing you have, it's like, well, it's not much of a change. So at that stage, the hair professional needs to take control by saying, okay, I'm going to just give you some suggestions based off of your face shape, based off of, you know, ease of use, something that's fairly user-friendly at home, you know, something that requires maybe a little bit of product, just something completely new. You know, I've done this a million times. I've made over haircuts like this in my sleep. This is gonna look great for you. I'm gonna give you something more modern, something where you can kind of just mess it up in the mornings and to save you a ton of time. Does that sound good? Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Save time, easy to do. Yes, yes. So hopefully the hair professional is using the right verbiage and communicating with you in the right way. So here is the magic sauce to all of this. Let's just say you want a haircut that's something more like this, okay? You want to lose the part, and 90% of the times when I've had a makeover job where the client had his hair like this, or her hair, whatever it was, we're talking mostly men's haircuts right now. It's the same with women's haircuts. It's the same approach, show photos, you know, and it's up to the professional to execute that. But when it comes to these types of long hairstyles that have a heavy part, I always cut the hair to where the part's gone, to where you just mess up the hair like this and give it some texture, and it's so easy, it's so much more youthful, it's still sophisticated, and it's just so much easier to style in the morning, right? You know, you have to also, as the client, you have to be okay with losing a lot of that length throughout the sides and the back, and just totally be okay with that, right? And it's something to where this type of hairstyle is always going to be kind of like the go-to for a makeover style when it comes to losing that side part. Something where you can, you know, push it down a bit more. You don't have to have it where it's super high in the front, like way up here. You don't have to have it where it's all like, you know, a faux hawk or textured and piecey, and you don't have to do that. You can also just kind of work it over to the side like this. You can have it a bit more conservative, but you see how it's still more modern looking, right? You use a little bit of product, something like maybe my structure styler if you want something very, you know, free flowing and not a lot of hold in your hair. Or you can use my One Clay, my Extreme Hold Matte Paste. I have a full range of products that you can use. I have so many pastes and clays that it really is a matter of, you know, what you're looking for, what preference you like. And you can easily style this with a little bit of product, blow dry your hair in the morning, shake up the hairstyle, and you're pretty much out the door. So I would always say it comes down to showing that professional photographs, telling them what you are open to, what you're not open to. For example, on the sides of your hair, you don't want to, you know, walk out with a skin fade or hair that's like my length on the sides where it looks like you're half bald, but maybe you do want that. So you have to explain to them like, look, I don't want to see a lot of skin throughout the sides and the back. You know, I want it to be short, but maybe do it by hand with scissors, or maybe like a longer guard so it doesn't look like a skin fade type thing. Or you say, look, I'm fine with doing like a #1 and going really close here and then lightly, you know, tapering up and blending it into to where, you know, I can see hair here and it all just kind of works into the top. And the top, you know, I want to make sure it's long enough to have some style, but also short enough that it doesn't just fall flat. Also, you have to make sure that the hair professional is executing this haircut the right way, because you can show them everything. The consultation can go great, the sides can look great, but if they leave the top too long or they cut it too short, then it may not be what you're looking for, and then you have an awful experience and you blame yourself for, oh, it doesn't look good. No, it's actually the person who cut your hair who screwed it up. So you may need to grow it out a little bit longer, and then if you're dedicated to your barber or hair professional, you go back the next time and say, hey, look, you know, last time you cut this was a little too short in the front. It just, now I like the length where it's at because I'm able to style it. So just maybe clean that up, but I like that length. You know, last time it was way too short and you didn't really cut it balanced enough. So then hopefully they'll understand and they'll agree with you and give you something new and something that, you know, you're looking for. So, you know, if you want to purchase any of my products that I mentioned, you can actually click on View Products right here. I've got some great suggestions for pastes and things, especially if you're looking to, you know, style your hair, get that makeover, something new. And if you like this video, please like it, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if you've had this experience and if you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.